Hello, Aloha Fridays, and it's cocktail time. So, welcome to yet another Home Mixology 101, Friday Home Mixology 101. So today, my cocktail started off as yet another challenge cocktail, but kind of morphed into something I wasn't expecting. It turned out pretty fun. I did quite a lot of experimentation on this one, and yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So today I'm going to do a variation on a Mezcal Margarita. I was challenged to do a spicy Mezcal Margarita. And I started off going, okay, that's pretty darn easy. What can we do to make it fun? So that's exactly what I've come up with. I'm calling this a Smokin apple Margarita. So let's get started on this. This is going to require a slight bit of a specialized ingredient, just a slight. It's still tequila, but we have Mezcal tequila. And if you've never used Mezcal tequila, if you've ever had a cocktail in a bar or something like that and it was kind of smoky tasting, it's either Scotch or it's Mezcal. Mezcal, when you make Mezcal, you smoke the agave and it just gives the tequila this very nice smoky flavor. It's really organic, it really tastes good. So we're going to use a Mezcal tequila, and we're going to use apple cider, hard apple cider as well. Now the hard apple cider, that's kind of the inspiration that I came up with. So we're going to use some hard apple cider. We're also going to use some ginger and some cinnamon. So sit back and relax. Let's have fun with this. So we're going to start off, as we do a lot of times with these videos, we're going to start off with preparing our final glass, because we're not shaking this cocktail, we're going to be mixing this cocktail. So we're going to start off by preparing our final glass. We've got our glass here with the rim that's been wet. I'm going to salt the rim. You can see here I salt the rim. Okay, and to give it an extra special, we're going to take a little bit of cinnamon here and we're going to add that into our salted rim. Just add the cinnamon, and I'll show you this in just a second in a separate picture, but we get the cinnamon rim, gives it that festive appley taste to it. So we're going to set this off to the side. So now we got our glass set and ready to go. Now we're going to start actually mixing the cocktail. So, as I said, this is a smoky Mezcal Margarita. We're going to start with Mezcal. This is actually a really nice Mezcal, one I'm almost embarrassed to use in a cocktail because it's just so darn good. You should be drinking it. And this is El Silencio. It's very nice Mezcal top. You can get it, but you can get a variety of Mezcals. It's nice. So we're going to start off with our Mezcal. We're going to start off with 2 ounces of it. 2 ounces of Mezcal into our mixing glass here. We're going to start off with, we're going to add to that 2 ounces of our apple cider. So here we go. 2 ounces of this hard apple cider, into our, and if you want it a little bit nicer, a little bit maybe smoother, you might want to put a little bit more than that, but 2 ounces should be good. We're also going to add into that 1 ounce of lime juice, freshly squeezed lime juice. I've already added that. I've already squeezed that to save some time. I'm just going to add that in. And with any margarita, the fresher your lime juice is, the better the margarita. We're going to put that off. And we're going to add in a little ginger. So I've taken some ginger here. I've grated the ginger to get a nice fine powder of it. Put a picture of that up. Or a nice fine mash of it. We're going to add that in. About, you can see, about a teaspoon, I guess. Just enough to give it that nice gingery. That's, as I said, this was originally supposed to be a spicy margarita. And I replaced because the spicy was a little bit too overpowering. I had used jalapeno, and I tried some habanero. It was just too overpowering. But the ginger gives it just a little bit of kick, and it's not overpowering. Finally, we're going to add in a 1 ounce, about 2/3 of an ounce to 1 ounce, depends on how sweet you want, of simple syrup. And we're going to add that in. So there we go. Now, if you have ginger simple syrup, you can actually use the ginger simple syrup and not put in the ground ginger, but I like the fresh ground ginger. And here's where the other apple bit comes into our. We have apples here that have been cut into slivers. I'm going to add in, oops, of course I make a mess. I'm going to add some in. Nice generous, it's about a wedge, nice apple wedge worth, cut down into these nice little slivers, And then I'm going to take my muddler, and I'm going to muddle that just a bit. Get that apple flavor in there as well. Ah, very good. Just get that, release that apple flavor in there. And we can just mix it up just a little bit more. You can just smell the apple coming off of it. It's really nice. Now, we could use a blender to grind up ice, but to be honest, I really don't like the slushy type of margaritas. So once again, I've got my Lewis bag here. I'm actually already pre-crushed it, but we got our Lewis bag. We can just crush the ice a little bit more. Should be nice and thin, or I say nice and little pieces. And we're going to add that in now, okay? So we're going to add that into our cocktail. Generous amount of ice. I usually generally think whatever the glass will contain is about enough ice. There you go. Now we've mixed it up. And now we're going to add it into our main glass that we've already prepped. You want to pour it carefully so as not to, there we go. Beauty, eh? Look at that. We're gonna, might as well garnish it with an apple wedge. And we have a smoky margarita. So I hope you enjoyed this smoky apple margarita. It's really tasty. See you again next Friday. Johnny Appleseed would be proud. Cheers.